So we're gonna check this video out. This is from Amanda Seals. We know she is the victim queen. And her question she's asking, is it time to boycott Target? So let's check this out.
This weekend,
How arrogant and egotistical was that? I know it was short. Amanda Land. Doesn't that tell you all you need to know about this lady? But let's see where she goes with this boycott of Target.
there was a lot of conversations happening. A lot of conversations were happening specifically about Target. Why? Because Target decided that they were going to put this out there. They said Target is going to end programs that focus on promoting diversity, fairness, and inclusion within the company. Many years of data, insights, listening, and learning have been shaping this next chapter in our strategy. And as a retailer, that serves millions of consumers every day, we understand the importance of staying in step with the evolving landscape.
Now, we'll stop it right there because that's going to let you know that what is this whole thing about as far as businesses go? Businesses, legitimate businesses. What is all this about? It is about profit. That's keep in mind. Put that as your baseline of thinking. It is about profit. And real early on in the George Floyd thing, once a lot of these corporations gave money, then they came on board with this DEI stuff, because DEI stuff didn't even exist until after George Floyd. So once they came online with all this DEI stuff, they saw profits go up somewhat. But once they realized this was most of the country is not in line with any of this DEI stuff. So once they notice that profits start going down, and I'm not saying it's for better or for worse. You think about your own company. Why are you in business? Are you in business? I ain't talking about no charities, no foundations, or nothing. If you are in business, are you in business to cater to people's feelings? Or are you in business to make profit? At the end of the day, everything you do, everything revolves around making profit, not just revenue. Revenue, if you get revenue, that's fine. Revenue ain't shit if you don't make profit. So once these businesses realized that this DEI and all this type of stuff was a losing transaction every single time, then they're out. So just keep that as the baseline. You're in America. We're a country of capitalism. So not saying bad on Target, good on Target, business on Target. And all these other companies that's dropping this DEI stuff.
But then they also added, we're going to end a program focused on carrying more Black products from Black or minority-owned businesses. So this made people very quickly say, we targeting boycotting because we boycotting Target, okay? And the response to me made sense. This same response happened when Walmart said the same thing. However, the response from several Black retailers whose products are in Target was to ask their supporters to continue to shop there, but only to buy their products. And of course, there were some who said specifically, like, can you just do it in the interim until we identify another way of getting you guys our items? So this has created a bit of a kerfuffle. And there's also been people naming many reasons why there should not be a boycott at Target. Now, as a kid, my mom used to always say that I had an answer for everything. So I decided that the best way for me to share my thoughts on this was to slip into the mindset of 10-year-old Manda and speak to these excuses with the quickness in response that 10-year-old Manda would have, because 10-year-old Manda is really not hearing it. Okay, 10-year-old Manda is like, I think that we are going to need to be a little bit more thoughtful in our questioning of these things. And so 10-year-old Manda is about to step into the arena and give you all her point of view on these ideas that people are stating as why we shouldn't boycott.
Yeah, and that's just the perfect thing you need to do. Go back into your 10-year-old self. It seems like Amanda Seales was an only child. I don't know that, but she definitely acts like one. But yeah, that's how you do it, being a responsible adult. Let's go back to your 10-year-old self and put thoughts forward to ask why these adult issues are permeating through our society. Go back to your 10-year-old self. How about go back to your 20-year-old self? Nah, go back to the 30-year-old self. Oh, how about this? Go back to your 40-year-old self and try to articulate thoughts of things that you were thinking at that time. Go back 5 years ago, and I guarantee your thoughts were somewhat different, because there is this theory that if you are a normal person, i.e. you're not on drugs and zonked out of your mind and things of that nature, you would be what we call a normal person. Your life they say it changes, but I think your life is probably altered. The theory says, anyway, not me. The theory said, but I believe it to be true. The theory says that your life is kind of altered in some way or another around every 5 years. And it's much more drastic when you're younger, but as you get older, it gets a little bit slower. But let's continue with what 10-year-old Amanda Seales is about to say.
But Black brands in Target will lose money. Okay, so yes, Black brands in Target will lose money, but the reality is that if you're giving money to Target, even if it's for Black brands, you're still giving money to Target. And the whole point is to Target not giving money to Target. So for Black brands, yes, they would lose money, but it should be for the greater good, because the greater good is saying no money going to Target.
And what you're saying is no money going to the Black brands. What is it? You fought so hard to get these Black brands on the shelf. You complained at one point that there is no so-called, in quote, air quotes, no Black products on the shelf because of whatever these corporations are doing. So now these corporations decide to put, air quotes, Black products on the shelf. So now you want to give money to the Black products because you don't want to give money to the company that facilitated getting these Black products on the shelf. Is so short-sighted, is so rooted in victimizing yourself. So you're willing to cut your own throat, which means these are things that you guys have fought for, to get these Black products on the shelf. So now because Al Sharpton comes out and gives $2,500 in gift cards to these people, $125 a piece, whatever the details were, I'm not going into that. And he goes to Costco. Well, Mr. Grifter, crook, former mafia bagman Al Sharpton, allegedly, why didn't you take that $2,500 and give it to a black business? Because it's the same stuff you've been doing your entire career. It's the same stuff. You've enriched yourself off these so-called inequities that have, in your opinion, plagued black people. You're just capitulating to the lowest common denominator, and you just want followers. You don't want any leaders within those followers. You just want people to blindly follow you. And it's like kind of like faith. Yes, you can have faith, but you don't want blind faith.
But y'all are on these apps. How is that different? Well, because on these apps, many of us are interacting with each other for free. We are not actively providing them with money. Now, of course, when we are on the apps, they are putting up ads and they're saying with these ads that, you know, we are watching them, so that gets money. So it is actually something they're making money off of, but not in the same way as our hard-earned cash coming out of our pockets and going to be hard-earned cash going into their pockets. So it's not really the same thing. And I would consider this to be a false equivalency. So I don't think that this is a fair comparison for you to be making.
It's definitely a fair comparison for someone to be making, because when you're on these apps, you're actually shopping. It's no different to when you go into a physical store. You are shopping. No, you're not shopping. You're contemplating decisions. Let's put it like that. You're deciding whether or not to buy on the app, or if you're in the store. You can say you go on the app and you're just looking. Well, when you go into the store, well, if you're like me, I go into a store with a strict list. I stick to my list as much as I can. I'm about 98% committed to my list. I'm a human, right? 98% committed to my list, but I'm still shopping. When you go on the app, it's the same thing, but you don't feel the sting as much because you're sitting in your office, your living room, your bedroom, or your phone, or whatever you're at. It's the same exact thing. You're just, when you're in the store, you're gonna make a decision to buy it or not. When you're on the app, you're making another decision, because you can go into a store for free, just like you can go into any app for free. It is the same thing, Miss Lady.
If you're going to be saying that going to Target is the same thing as going on Instagram. Well, this is what the stores want. Yeah, I'm not really sure why people keep saying this is what the stores want, because really the stores want money. And if Black people are the #1 consumers in the nation, then if they said they don't want to give them their money, then that would mean that that's not what the stores want.
Another thing, truth be told, when you go on any app, the app still makes money. Any app, whether you do Google search, whether you go on Amazon and buy something or not, you go on Walmart.com or not, you go on Target.com or not, you buy something or not, the app still makes money, because you know why? Because they have your data. Why do you think after you get off that app, you have shopped for, let's take it from my point of view. You have shopped for a decent drill, cordless drill set, cordless drill set is what I was searching for on one of these sites. Well, then I go over to Facebook, which is not affiliated with any of these people. Allegedly, not affiliated with any of these apps. Allegedly, why do I all of a sudden, when I haven't seen advertisements from the Home Depot for drill sets for about 7 years, because that's the last time I bought a drill set? You know why that is? Because they make money whether you buy something or not. The difference in the store is the same thing, because bigger retailers have AI for several different reasons. They have face recognition for several different reasons. Oh, let's not forget this. You decide to buy something, you do have a credit card. You do have a debit card. So what are we talking about here? There's really no true boycott unless you go to the suburbs. No, not even the suburbs. Go to a rural area, go totally off the grid, change your name, get rid of your name, don't drive a car, don't get a driver's license, don't pay taxes at all, property taxes or anything. If you disappear, that's the way you can boycott. But who's doing that? Who's really doing that except the Amish people? And then we see them inside Walmart. What do you know?
So I don't know. I feel like people think that the stores are doing this because the stores don't want black people. But the truth is, the stores just don't want Donald Trump to be mad at them. And the stores also just don't want black people to think that they have any power over them. But really, they will take black money any day of the week, because they will take any kind of money, since money is not black, money is green. So when they're saying, oh, this is what the stores want, I just think that they're really saying that because they can't think of any other reason. But the truth is, the stores do not want you to boycott because the stores want your money. Okay, smarty Amanda. Well, this is an emotional reaction. I mean, yeah, duh. What's wrong with that? I think it's an emotional reaction because people are really sad and frustrated that they're constantly being put to the side and that they're constantly being ignored by a government and by stores that they constantly support. So there's nothing wrong with an emotional reaction as long as it's being fueled into an actual intentional response. And a boycott is an intentional response. An actual emotional reaction that people would have a problem with is if people got mad and then went and busted up the Targets, right? If people went and busted up the Targets, you guys would be like, oh my God, that's an emotional reaction. So it seems like any reaction that is the people saying that they're not going to do something, any reaction that is the people coming together and stopping behavior that they have done that uplifted a space, that is something you guys call an emotional reaction. And strategy doesn't always have to happen because of...
Oh my God. This is just a few minutes into this video, and let me tell you just right off top, she could totally change her view and go into a totally different area, because this is what she said. This is the 10-year-old Amanda reacting to something. I don't know where this is gonna go. So I'm going to stop this video right here because this is hard for me to listen to this woman talk like this. No, I'm not gonna even look at the rest of it because I'm trying to give you a real raw reaction. I'll probably do a part 2 to this video, but as for now, this is as much that I can listen to. So on Facebook, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If you're on YouTube, Mr. Info 5000. Peace.